Today we're going to talk about what I wish I knew about trauma when it first happened in my life versus what I know today after becoming a nurse specializing in psychiatry and interviewing tens and tens of trauma experts and specialists in trauma healing, including neuropsychopharmacologists, psychiatrists, therapists, body-based therapists, psychologists. And today I'm really excited to be able to share this with you because I know that this is something I wish I would have known just after I've survived all of the traumas that I had been through. Number one, right after trauma happens, and this is what I believed, and I think most people believe, we think, I'm never going to ever be able to live a normal life ever again. I'm never going to be myself ever again. I'm never going to move on from this and recover from this. And the future seems really bleak. And so today I know that no matter what it was, and really no matter what it was, there is post-traumatic growth. And that is to say that we will not be the same person after trauma. We will be a different person and we will learn to live with it differently. So it's not that we get over things and it's like it never happened, but we adapt and we change, and these things change us to the point where down the line we are able to love again and to be in healthy relationships again and to laugh again and to play again. And that is the dichotomy of life. It's understanding that there is darkness, there's everything in between, and there is light, and that we can go back and forth between anguish and grief and pain and laughter and play. It's a matter of adaptation, and it's a lot of work, but it can happen. And I wish I knew that it does happen. The second thing I wish I understood about trauma after it happened is that trauma actually affects the way you take in the world. It affects how you feel in your body, how you feel about your environment. It affects sleeping and eating. It affects relationships. It affects anxiety or depression, risks. And so it's something that I wish I would have known before, like, hey, why are these things happening to me after trauma? Is this related? Is it not related? So it is related. And I wish I would have known that. And that would have given me a heads up to know that, hey, these things are going to be affected, and what can I know before? What can I be prepared for? If I feel like, binge eating, or I feel like not eating at all, like this is actually one of the symptoms of trauma. If I can't sleep, or if I'm waking up in the middle of the night, this is one of the symptoms of trauma. And so I might want to go about my sleeping differently and, maybe go to sleep a little bit earlier, and maybe have that leeway and that patience and that compassion, knowing that, hey, this is going to take some time to rebalance, and to have that sense of acceptance and patience and adapt to, what's going to maybe be affected, and not have judgment on yourself for those things. And that includes the eating, the focus and concentration, the ability to feel safe and not feel anxious, the ability to develop trust in relationships. So all of those things obviously, are going to be affected. But then again, it's also about post-traumatic growth. And in the long term, it can actually be affected in a really healthy way, where we're able to get through that in an adaptive way and be able to say, you know what, yes, there are stressful things that I'm still going through, but I am now able to eat healthy, or I am now able to sleep anyway, or I am now able to have a healthy attachment in relationships anyway. The third thing that I wish I knew about trauma that I didn't know before and I know now is that it's really the body that is affected by trauma. So we know that the mind is affected, but it's really very much the body. And that's why it plays into so many parts of our lives, such as eating and the ability to feel safe, or anxiety or depression or sleeping patterns, because the body itself is affected. And no one explained it to me that after trauma, you actually need to train and to work with, in a very compassionate and patient way, with your nervous system and with your body, so that it can, step by step and moment by moment, learn how to feel safe again, learn how to trust again, learn how to sleep again, learn how to eat again. So it's actually learning to go about these things in a different way and being patient and compassionate with yourself. And once again, these are all shifting you to actually become a different person than you were before, a more resilient person, a wiser person, a more compassionate person, and a person with more capacity to do the things in life you never thought you could do, because you've now shifted into being capable of so many more things that you never ever thought you were able to do, or you never thought you were ever going to be capable of. So it does shift and change you in many ways, and that is all a part of post-traumatic growth that's possible. And those are some of the things I wish I understood and I knew about trauma after it happened to me, and the things that I've learned after interviewing so many tens of professionals and experts, and just observing my own process in my own life and my own development and journey. I just want to offer that sense of reality and that sense of hope and compassion to whoever's watching this. Sending so much love.